Hello everyone, Kenty Tiger here with Bengali Engineering and Play. We are back in Elder Scrolls Online. I'm kind of continuing on with the survey adventure. I'll go ahead and call that an adventure because very rarely do I end up only doing surveys. I tend to get a little bit distracted as I go along. So the goal here is, so we just finished up in Shadowfen. We had one survey there in Shadowfen. And I figured I'd go ahead and shift to the Rift. Now, the reason I'm shifting to the Rift, so as I go through the surveys and count where everything is, which kind of keeps me a little bit organized. I know that's a total OCD thing. Yes, I do have a list of all the different zones where the surveys are. And I write those down. I do the little check mark thing. And then I go from the order of the least to the most. And so the idea there is, as I work my way up, I've got a couple sixes, and the Rift is a 6. Then Stonefalls is a 7, as is Bankorai, and then we have some 8s and above. So on we go. We will start with the Rift. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Rift, which I think I already did. So you can see I've kind of been around the Rift a little bit. So there's still a lot of things to discover. I have not done any questing in the Rift. So the only things I've done is done the discoveries of a lot of the way shrines. So in this case, we're going to hit some of those way shrines and clear off these 6 surveys. So as you can see, there's some of them. So there's one here, which is just the 1. So I'm going to land here first, hit this one. There's one down here, which there's actually 2. So that's a little farther from the way shrine. So we have 1 and 2. So we need to find the others, which may be hidden. Here's one here. So there's actually only one woodworker survey there. So there is 3 of the 6. We have 1 over here. There's 2 over here. So there is 5. So there's one more hidden somewhere amidst everything. See if we can find it. Kind of hard to see with some of these little X's that are all over the world here, but we've got books. We've got a lot of things that we can discover here. So there's the 1 and 1. So there's 2. We have this one down here, which is a 2, which makes 4. And then, oh, there we go, 5, 6. All right, so over here will be nice because there's a point of interest here and a way shrine up here, which I do not yet have. So here's a way shrine that is out in the world. So, or sorry, a sky shard that's out in the world. So we might actually go over there and do that. We've got another sky shard. There's actually a lot of sky shards here that I have not gotten. So let's go ahead and hit this one first. Then we'll get this. So we'll get the closier survey. Then we will hit the sky shard. We'll hit this point of interest over here, and the books. So we'll kind of clear a few things off as we go. So fallow stone hall, way shrine. Off we go. So collecting surveys actually is a pretty good thing in a lot of ways. Not only are you collecting the surveys for the sake of the surveys, but you're actually getting, you're roaming around, which means you can find quest givers. You see on the mini-map there's actually 2 quest givers over here. One of them shows up on the map here. So let me go ahead and bring up the map, and just because so this is a werewolf or vampire encounter here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the marker on the map even though that's a little farther from where we're going, but after all, the whole idea here is surveys. So I really should focus. Here's a butterfly, which we'll go ahead and collect that because about 1 in 5 butterflies actually has a butterfly wing, which are you can use them in crafting. So there's a quest giver there. So I'm going to kind of avoid them. I'm just going to walk right around them because I don't really have any interest. Again, this is not, the goal is not questing. The goal is to do the surveys. And getting a little sidetracked as we go. It is this way. We have some enemies here that we can deal with as we go. In fact, 3 enemies I want to get out of. And unfortunately, not a one of them gave me anything, which kind of sucks. Maple in the world here. So the survey is right here. May or may not be next to anybody. So this is a clothier survey. Of course I knew that already because it said so on the map. But remember, six items in every survey. So there was the 2, 3, that was 4, this is 5, and this last one here should be 6. There we go. So again, most of the blacksmith, clothier, and alchemy surveys are actually really close together typically, but things like the Protean rune stones can actually be pretty spread out. All right, so the next goal here I think is the book. So let me bring up the map. The book should be right about there, so I'm going to go ahead and move the map marker to there, and then we'll hit the way shrine and this point of interest, and then we'll come back to, oh sorry, excuse me, the shard, then the point of interest, and then we'll come back to the way shrine, and we'll teleport down here, clear off some of these guys, which means we should just have, so we've got this one here. So that will be 4 of the 6, and then we're ultimately going to have to make the journey over here, which means a sky shard there, a point of interest here. We have another way shrine down here, so we might kind of make a journey of things. It does not look like I have any. There's 2 way shrines, or 2 sky shards down here. One is in the world, and one is outside the world, outside in the world. So we may actually do the round robin and collect, because we've got at least 3 way shrines that we have not discovered yet in the rift. So discovering them would actually be of great benefit in many ways. Alright, so the goal being what it is. Oh, there's a... I don't think I can get there in time. So we will keep our focus here. So I'm going to get the mushrooms here, and then because I'm so easily distracted, we'll go ahead and do these guys here. For all, there is always the possibility of collecting something besides this. So free stuff is free stuff. There was 25 gold, not a whole lot, but hey, 25 gold is 25 gold. More guys over there, but alright, so back on the goal for trying to find the book. So let me go back out to the map. So the book, which is not showing on the large map, but not the small map. So, strange. So we'll go ahead and look over here. We're going to go ahead and reset our marker and change directions here a little bit. These two guys, so I think I'm going to go over here and entertain myself with these. Alright, so at least one of them has stuff. More gold, but that's alright. Alright, so we have a harvestable here. We will continue on to the structure down here. I don't know if these guys packed soldier. So something inside this building. So we're going to go ahead and go into the building here and see where that is. So the purple haze coming off, that tells you that this is a specialized book. So what I'm going to do is go into this quickly and back out, and you can see up here in the corner of the Mages Guild, there's 5 points there. So the only way to increase your Mages Guild is by collecting books. So in this case, you can have up to 10 Mages Guild. So I am on my way to 10. Alright, so there's the book. Now, one of the things you'll notice is there were 4 books. Let me go ahead and bring up the map. There were 4 books, and you can see that they have all disappeared. So it's really one book that is in 4 different locations, and if you collect that book in any of the 4 locations, you'll actually clear that book completely off the map. So here's where we're headed. This is the goal, so I'm going to go ahead and shift my marker over to that. Which is somewhere up there. So the trick is we have to figure out how to get there, which may actually be a bit of a challenge. We may actually have to go through a dungeon to get there. Let me see what's on the other side here. I don't guess that I can jump up to those, so I'm going to look over here and see what we got here. Nope, can't go that way. Butterfly. Okay, so there's a way shrine there. Saber cat. As much as I dislike killing the saber cats, they normally get some things. So that may not be possible. May have to end up through that to get to that. So okay, on we go. I'm not gonna waste time. I would like to collect the Sky Shard, but all right. So there's books over here. There's also survey. So it's kind of either one. So this is Riften over here. So lots of stuff around Riften. I think there's also 2 surveys down here. So let's go ahead and focus down here, and then we're going to loop around and come up here to this. So there's another way, another Sky Shard over here. And was there a way shrine? Nope, I think all the way shrines are on the bottom. So we are going to have to wander over here to get these surveys. There's 2 surveys over here, and there's a way shrine. So what I'll probably do is come down this southern route and wander up through the center, because there's a way shrine right here. It's hard to see, but there's a way shrine right here. And there's about 4 different areas of books as well. So there's really a lot of things to discover along this southern route. So what I'll probably do, in fact, maybe intelligently, I should go here first, hit this, and then do, well, maybe hit that too. Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll go up here and hit the way shrine. We'll get the survey out of the way because the survey is fairly close. And then we will come backtrack a little bit and get that sky shard that's up there in the mountains. So this is a woodworker survey. Unfortunately, we got a Sadie kitty. You're so pretty. I am, of course, a little biased towards the cats. So there's 2. Number 3. Number 4. 5. And 6. I'll go ahead and deal with the saber cat here just because there is a book somewhere very, very close here which may or may not be obtainable. Right on top of it, but oh, it is actually right here in the middle of the saber cat. Which is fine. At least it gives a good marker. So there's another 5 points. I'm about halfway, in fact exactly halfway to making 10. So not a problem there. Alright, so there was that. The next goal, of course, is to trek over here. Let me go ahead and put that on the map. Is right here, so F to make that happen. So we see now where that is on the screen. It's on the compass there. Little bit of a trek up the road here, but that's alright. You'll have to backtrack, but I won't really have to go any further than that. So once again, we see the little, oh, okay.
This place is full. Hurry, before they spot us. Can't see anything.
Quest marker, and I'm over here anyway, so I might as well take on the kitty cats. Alright, at least one of them had something. Foulhide, so there's 9 gold. You see another surveyable item here. I think that is a kind of hard to see, but that I think is a thieves' trove. There is a butterfly here. There is a harvestable up here. Oh, and another harvestable there. And then a slight backtrack. Oh, another harvestable. My goodness. Sabercat, which I can avoid because there's one over here, there's a Thieves' Trove here, so we're going to go ahead and deal with all these guys here. Not sure how that happened. Alright, so there's this. I'm going to, for sake of, sometimes if you take something that's a steal, it just automatically does everything. So we're gonna steal all in this case. So the Witchman's necklace might actually be of some value. Another quest marker there. Another Sabercat here. Rawhide scraps, which is used for crafting. We're going kind of up this way, so there's a bear up here. Oh, another harvestable. This may or may not take me closer to the goal. It looks like it won't. I will have to go out and truly superb, and a foul hide, which is always nice. So out and around it must be, unfortunately, there it is. So we have a butterfly here. We have another butterfly and 2 harvestable things over here. So we have maple, always a good thing. Mushroom. And then the sky shard, which is what brought us over here to begin with. Woo. Energy. Alright, now that we have completed that, 1 skill point, good thing. We'll go back over to this way shrine. Kind of look around and see what I may have missed in the world here.
In the name of the king.
The keen eye is keen. So that rock just looks odd. So that's why it caught my eye. Have a butterfly and up the hill to the way shrine. Oops, am I lost? There it is. Alright, so in this case, the way shrine will take me over and we'll go down towards Riften here. So basically we have cleared everything that we needed to clear. We've got the mine up here that I could have discovered, but to actually make that turn white, you would have to go through the whole thing. So I'm not going to do that now because that's pretty close to questing. So we're going to go over here, we're going to hit Riften, and then we're going to find the book while we're there in Riften, and then do these surveys, which are right next to the house over here. So in this case, I want to go ahead and go to the Riften Way Shrine. Lots of quests that you can do through here. So the goal here, let me go ahead and bring up the map and see if I can figure out where the books are. So the book may be just over here. So rather than going all the way out to the dock, or in fact over here, which may actually be inside the building, I'm going to go ahead and look for this one over here off the center. A little bit different than the Riften of Skyrim. May or may not be visible here. It might be down below. I am theoretically on top of it, but there is, figure out how to get down to, there we go. There's the book. Alright, so there's the goal. We could also take the gloves. Again, that's not going to be of any value for anything other than dismantling. And in my case, because I have already, I'm already a master in all of these, then it really does me absolutely no good. Alright, so we're going to go out this particular gate over this way because the survey is over this way. So let me go ahead and bring up the map. We'll right-click to get everything, and we're going to go ahead and mark the survey, which is right over by the house. Butterfly is here. So the survey is over this way, which looks like it's right here. So there's a rich, so there's one, there's two, 3, and 4, 5, and 6 here are right next to each other. So the trick, unfortunately, is now that I have to get far enough away from this area. So what I think I'm going to do is roam up the road just a tiny bit. It's the long way around, but what I'm going to go ahead and do is take out this point of interest, and hopefully that will take me far enough away from the survey that I will actually be able to come back and see that survey when I come back. Unfortunately, I kind of have to take the long way around to get up there, which is fine. Just a little bit of a journey around. There's a deer. If we really need any food, we could go whack, seeing that it's just kind of standing there. Alright. I wasn't going to do that, but it was just standing there, so clearly culling the herd is a good thing in this case. Butterfly. Harvestable. Which hopefully not quite. I was hoping I could get to that before. Okay, there's actually 2 harvestables here. Alright, 2 saber cats. There's the harvestable. I did not see the other harvestable originally, but it is right here. And then there's a butterfly. Now, butterflies do not count towards that master harvestable thing, but all of these things, so all of the harvestables in the world, including the runestones, do count as harvestable items. So it is always to your advantage to pick all that stuff up as you're roaming through the world, because then eventually you will make that goal. So another harvestable here. We're a little bit of a, I'm kind of tracking away from this discovery thing, but that's all right. We're collecting the harvestables as we go. This would be a good place for like a metal deposit or something. So here, these guys. Unfortunately didn't get anything out of that, but hey, we got more harvestables over here, and these guys. They killed the cat, so I can be justified in killing them in return. And this harvestable here. Claw discovered, so I think I got the discovery. Yes, I did. I'll go ahead and do this here. There's a couple of harvestables I see, and it's a little further than I want to go. I was going to say I'd go over to the I'm drawing a blank on what they're called, but the anchors. Trying to remember what they're called. I'm gonna have to look at my map because What are they called? What are they called? Figure out where I am. Where am I? Here we go. Dolmen. That's what it is. Dolmen. Alright. Good news is there's lots of harvestables here, which is always a good thing. Alright, so even though we're going to indeed head down that way, we're gonna get a little more focused here and in fact turn back around so we can get back out to the survey, which clearly we are far enough away to have made the survey. Nothing there. Crates are all empty, unfortunately. Alright, oh well. So we're really kind of trekking across the country here, but we're headed towards, let me get reoriented here and actually head towards the survey itself. To walk around, I should take advantage. I'm really just after the butterfly, don't you know? Really, really I am. Two harvestables right next to each other. Little fox. I see a runestone. So let me do this one first. There's a chest over yonder, so we're gonna go and do that. Here's a the stone, Munda stone. Alright, so just for fun, so the Grandmaster crafting, 4733. So we started out at 4652. So we have done a bit over 100, or sorry, a bit less than 100. But so 4733. What I wanted to do is kind of prove that even the rune stones are of help to you. So there's runestone. There was looks like 3, which is probably going to translate into 2 because I don't think those crafting ones will actually do anything for you. Alright, so we'll give that a moment to register. We'll go and play with the cats real quick here. And then we'll look at the survey. So that should be more than it was. So, look at it, and 34, right? So we started out with 4733 and then 4734. So they are of help to you, and they do count towards the crafting. All right, so over here, oh, there is another harvestable, 2 harvestables, in fact, 3 harvestables, guarded by a cat. So, get myself re-pointed back towards where I needed to go. We'll avoid the giants if at possible. And I think we have to figure out how to go out and around. I'm actually going the wrong way. but we have harvestables. Oh, and I see a rock, or a metal. This is, I think, platinum. So ultimately I have to go out and around this thing to get back to the survey area, but that's fine. Yeah, standing right here, right here. Hey, hey. Another not very smart one that doesn't run from you. Alright. Jump off the edge here because the survey should be somewhere right around here. There it is. It is, of course, the same survey from before, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4 over here to my left. And we have 5 here, and 6, of course, is to my right, which is right here. Alright, so that pretty much finishes off this whole thing, and maybe I could have roamed to the top and got that that sky shard up there, but I think I would have to go through the quest or the cave to get up there, so I kind of avoid that one. The house, I've actually seen the house, not terribly interested in the house. So in this case, let me see, so let me back off of this. So the idea is that we're going to head down here. We're going to go ahead and get the book. So the book out here on the island, there is, this is a quest hub, so I don't really want to focus too much time, and then we're going to continue westbound as we go across. So we're ultimately going to discover the way shrines and that sort of thing. Whatever we can discover in our harvestable materials, especially as we go along. There's a butterfly. Oh, there's my butterfly wing. Another butterfly. So all these little things, I guess I could have just continued on, other than I had to loop back and get that survey. So these are the guild folks out here. So all the guild folks for Riften are actually on the outside. There's a butterfly. I see a harvestable over here, so I'm going to go ahead and get it. A little bit of a trek across to do that. I think I see a metal. Nope, just a differential in, not a worry. Alright, so in this case, I'm kind of headed towards the way shrine, but it's really to go across the water and get the book. So I really want that book. Now, of course, if I were being intelligent, then I would actually go around the corner and go across, because I have the dolmen and 2 books. It's actually a shorter swim anyway. the dolmen is actually up or not. It may be. There's a bear. Go ahead and butterfly and a harvestable. I started playing ESO really a long time ago, in fact, and there was virtually nothing in the world as far as harvestables. They were very, very sparse to the point where it wasn't even worth looking at them. Now there are so many harvestables that it is almost pointless to ride anywhere. So having a mount or not having a mount is completely irrelevant. You will be roaming around in the world and discover that, you know, there's nothing. You can't stay on your mount long enough to actually do anything. Clearly, nobody is here. So what I've discovered is this character is not really a solo dolmen kind of a guy. He's just not got enough oomph to be able to do it. So this is a good example of, you saw the marker come across the screen. I got the experience points for having discovered this dolmen, but on the map, which is to say the mini map, it is still undiscovered. So if I go to M, one of the reasons this is, so it's actually discovered, but I haven't completed this. So that's the interesting thing about the dolmens, is you actually have to complete them to turn them white. So that's one of the examples of you know, having it come to be discovered but still black on the screen. A lot of other things are not quite that way. They are much more straightforward in that they turn white when you discover them. Alright, so we have, I'm going to go ahead and continue forward here. We could go to that little lake thing, or what looks like a little lake thing, but ultimately this guy is probably worth some pretty good points. These guys, the real goal is you just have to keep moving. Not really good with the keep moving thing, but hey, it's a lot of good points. Alright, so really, to stay focused here, so I want the green book and I want the other book. So I'm going to have to go swimming for the other book, but hey, there's a harvestable here. So we'll go across to this little island. Might be a challenge to get out of the water, but hey, we'll find the book. In fact, the book is on this little island, so that's cool. Oh, you know what? I missed that chest. There was a chest that was somewhere, and I forgot about it. Wow, so here's this chest. There is sacks and a chest. And yes, I like my cheater. Alright, we have a pure water here. We have a chest in the water, strangely enough. Oh, it's another pure water. Oh, it is sitting on the thing. This is an intermediate, so we'll go ahead and do should still be okay. There we are. Alright, so we'll go straight across, and the goal is the book. We'll meet a bear when we get over here. That may be exactly where the book is anyway. Yes, I see it now. The purple fog, the purple smoke coming up. Oops. Alright, so we have some fish, which are a food. The road to Savangard, which is the book, and then more fish. Oh, maybe not. Won't give us the fish. No fish. But there is a sack there. Alright, so there is the book, and I did see the dolmen, so we will go on around. One of the things I do want to kind of look at, so here's the road. So let me look here. What I want to see is this, there's a sky shard that is actually loose. So we're going to go ahead and hit that. That's not very far out of the way. There's another book down here. But ultimately the goal is I think there's a way shrine. Yep. So there's a way shrine. It's kind of hard to see, but I think that's the way shrine. So I'm going to go ahead and put, nope, sorry, the way shrine is actually right here. So either way, we've got a book, we've got the way shrine, and we have a sky shard. That are all in close proximity, reasonably close proximity to one another. So we're going to go ahead and do those while we're up this way. Merchant.
If you can find these goods cheap.
So we'll go ahead and sell. We can sell these. We can sell. There's 15 of those now. I tend to just sell the poisons, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I sell these. There's no sense in keeping any of those. The health will keep. Let's see if there's any other things. Ysgrimor's necklace, so it's part of Ysgrimor's birthright set, so I'll probably go ahead and save that and sell it. The Rubido leather guards of health. That will probably be a dismantle just because. And that's about it. So we still have 16 minutes of our current bonuses. So we'll go ahead and keep those. But you want to keep in mind it's very common you get into the middle of battle and your boons give out on you. I can't count the number of times that's happened to me. Okay, this one may not be as easy to get to as I was hoping. It does. Whoa, what is there? It is. So we have a butterfly here, we have a bear and a harvestable over here. Alright, another harvestable over here. And then we'll take this road up and see if we can get to the Sky Shard. Hope so. Sometimes they put them on top of things, which means you have to go up to get them, and it's either impossible to get up there without completing a quest or something like that, or they're just right out in front. And this looks like pretty easy to get get to. At least I hope so. A dead person. So this was fairly easy to get to. Oh! Looks like I did not quite get the, so let's do the water skin and the sky shard. We'll try that again. Alright, so goal is met. We'll wander down here via a slightly different path, which will hopefully take us either by some other stuffs or apparently not. Yep, there we go. There's a harvestable. Have a kitty over there and a kitty over here. A little expert heartwood harvester. Alright, so the book is possibly in this tent.
But you had 4 young dogs. I hear they never would have held without you.
Maybe not. Either at their feet or in this tent, maybe. Bookshelf. There it is. Alright. Sometimes they're a little challenge. Oh, actually, bookcase. Always touch the bookcase because you have the chance of getting it. I've got a mod that you basically it opens and closes really quick. All right, so the way shrine, which is right here, which is a good thing. All right, bring up the map. So we want to continue on down here. We have another sky shard here that's out in the middle of the world. So that is, in fact, our next goal. This is a delve, so I don't want to do that at this time. So let's go ahead and do that one, which will take us to this next way shrine up here. Then we have another one out in the world over here. We'll hit the way shrine and the books up here. There's another, oh, that's probably not a way, well, yeah, it is a way shrine. And then there's a way shrine over here, and then there's finally the way shrine over here. So we will have completed not only getting the way shrines, and I know I'm going to run over my hour, and I do apologize for that, but I'm going to go ahead and complete this. We'll get up here to this way shrine, and in fact the yeah. So we'll kind of do the round robin around to get up here to where we need to go. But ultimately, we'll hit a few more things, including those sky shards. So on down the road we go. In this case, turning a little bit so we follow the road. Now I could probably jump onto a mount here and speed things up a little bit, but again, I'm always on the lookout for the item. So there we go. I would have jumped on the mount and then got right back off because here's a harvestable. A person in the world, a scout, may or may not be his backpack. Here's another harvestable, which is to say a runestone. We have a pure water over here, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. Go ahead and turn down this one because after all the shard is somewhere Should be somewhere up in these hills. I think I see a metal deposit here, so let's take care of, unfortunately, the cats. I don't like killing the cats, but... Alright, so there's that, and again, I think there was a metal... Yes, there is, platinum. And somewhere... Whether I can get to it or not is another question. I see it. And we'll probably have to take care of these guys first. Alright, so the next goal is, in fact, the Way Shrine, which is not too far up here. Go ahead and take care of these guys while we're here. Great opportunity. There's 3, so we'll take advantage. 3 enemies is higher probability of something. Oh, ghost. Alright, that was weird. Alright, we're kind of on the road here, so we'll continue on. If I'm this close, I might as well do the healer first. That guy can't do too much damage to me, so I'm just gonna focus rather than using any of my special anythings. And that's the end of that. Alright, so we'll turn, we can go up and deal with these guys just as part of the journey here. So let's see if we can do the survey here without attracting the attention. Yep, got it. But we are headed up on the Way Shrine, which is always a good thing. So these things can be a little bit of a challenge, so I'm going to avoid that because don't really feel like getting my butt kicked today. Whoa, I sold 2 items. Oh, I guess it's just the 1 item that I sold. But that's okay. Okay, so we should have the way shrine right here. Alright, so way shrine discovered. So the books are the next goal. So we'll do the books, the point of interest, and the way shrine on the right. So let me point that out. So we are right here now. So the books, there's a point of interest in the center here, and then the way shrine. So ultimately, the way shrine is our goal, and then we'll cross over to this one. There's the point of discovery, which is a quest hub. There may be a sky shard there. This, I think, is a delve. Nope, it is not. So we might just head straight up to that and then in. In fact, I think I will do that just for sake of doing that way shrine. All right, so off we go in that direction. So we will cross over the water here. And so Trevor's farm. We have this road coming up, which I will take advantage of, hopefully getting me to the right place. Everyone's dead. Interesting. Oh, poor little dog. Probably lost his master. That sucks. Oops, here's a harvestable. I think this is the road I need to be on anyway. Or at least kind of looks like... maybe not. There's a road. Okay. Sidetracked. Well, that's brightly marked. Glowing bag. Nope, I'm going to avoid that because that's a quest. And we'll play with the cat. We'll take the butterfly here. Take the other cats. Nothing else. It's experience points. And Rubidoux hide scraps and rawhide scraps. I have the feeling these glowing bags have something to do with one another. You think? Experience, like I was saying, the experience that falls off right when you need it. So let's go down here. We're gonna click on the experience points and the stats boost. So, alrighty. So we're close to this thing, close to that sky shard. Should be just off to my left over here. Provided we can actually see it. There it is. I see it now. Alright. Gonna unfortunately have to go through a cat to get there. Might have to go around the other side. Maybe just squeeze through here. Yep. Sky Shard. Alright, and then we wander possibly straight west. So I think I will go ahead and go west. Might go ahead and partake of dining with the cats. Oh, not a one of them. My goodness. I don't know if these guys don't normally. Got a few things. All right, so we're gonna head west here. So books and the Way Shrine are the current goal. So, alright. Stroll into town with my sword drawn, that probably is, yeah. And of course the guard will ignore me. Strange. Alright, so there's the Way Shrine, but I have apparently lost the books. Alright, so I suppose Way Shrine, we're going to do that first. So there's the Way Shrine. It has indeed turned to a good color there. Hopefully we'll be outside. There we go. Okay, so possibly. Nope, won't let me up there. So possibly. Oh, there's somebody here, but that's. And there is indeed the book. And the crates are empty, but there is a flour sack there, which is nice. Alright, so there's the books. The point of interest is very clearly this thing here. Vigil discovered. Here lies Grethel. Don't know what that means. Alright, so apparently I have that. So we're going to continue straight across. And head right across to the other way shrine and down a little bit to get to the other sky shard. Just gonna go straight across here, even though I end up with a couple extra points here, having a good debate with the locals. Okay. I have had limited success, but why not? Oh, where'd they go? Oh, that might be not so good. Problem is, of course, fighting the Acronaut and the Clanfer at the same time. And of course they completely heal themselves, so alright, so I'm gonna just focus in on this guy, I think. Well, the good news is the Clanfer is dead, so, but, because I died, that was a waste of a, let's see how these... Alright, so, back on the goal. Back on the mark. Which is this one. Alright, let's bring up the map. The goal here is actually this sky shard, so let me go ahead and mark that, which is kind of south-southwest. So let me get oriented correctly here.
Sure, preserve us. Help!
Another sale of my items there, which is always a nice thing. Alright, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and take on these guys as well. just the number of enemies at the same time was the cause there that I got dangerously close to being dead. Alright, in any case, I guess we're just gonna plow right through the middle of this little encampment here because. Worm cult, or worm cult. I don't see the sky shard, but it's gotta be somewhere. Says it's right over here, but still not anywhere visible. Basket. I guess I can't let that person go. Well, that's that. There it is. Alright, so we go up here. Let's go here first. Quite a few folks here. Alright, there's that sky shard, and then we will head north and complete our evolution here. So we'll jump off the side here. This guy's probably going to follow me a little bit. Nothing there either. Darn it. Hello. I guess this guy's gonna follow me forever.
Your mother was right. You are entirely out of your element.
So, if I recall correctly, there's 2 surveys. Giant there and the... What's his mutt? Finally. Okay, so I could stray off the path here and discover, which I guess I might as well. Nothing that says I have to come in, straight off. Alright, So there is rubidite there. I don't see anything there. And more kitties here. So, sack, backpack is empty, basket, crate, sack. But there is some iron here. Possibly tangling with the giants may or may not be what I want. Backpack. Alright. Understood. Alright, so we'll swim across here, get my paws wet, and ultimately we have the all these folks. Oh, little kid. So we have the, I see them up here on this little mound. Thankfully all in a row, but hey. So this will be 3, 4, a butterfly, 5, and 6. And unfortunately, we will probably have to teleport away to somewhere, and it doesn't even matter where, and then come back, and then that survey should have regenerated. So we needed this particular way shrine anyway, so we will go to Giram's Hall. We're just going to go to a random way shrine here, right over there. We will turn around, hit the way shrine a second time, go right to that one again, and head right to the way shrine, and you can see it. Sorry, the survey, and you can see the survey has replenished. So after the third one here, it should disappear. The X on the screen should disappear. The X on the map, there it goes, which means I do not have another survey sitting here. That's a good marker, good way to tell. All right, another item sold. Okay. So I think we have pretty much finished all the surveys here. We got a lot of, I don't want to say adventuring and discovery done, because that's not really the case, but certainly a lot of methodology to get around the world. Now there's one area that still has some books left and a sky shard, but that will, of course, see right here, a sky shard that's out in the middle of the world here. And over in this area where ultimately, is that a, nope, nope, nope. thought that might be way shrine. So, okay, well, thank you all for watching, and this is Kenty Tiger signing off, and we'll catch you next time.